On the way to fish school.
So it's entirely possible.
Going to visit my one of my suppliers, JJ McDonald, for they're doing a 1 hour seminar on tuna today. So I'm going to show you some clips from the seminar. They've allowed me to videotape this information. We'll see what it shows. Certainly love tuna, love cooking it, love eating it. So I'm hoping that they have some expertise that I can learn. We're here at JJ, just got here after a little bit of rough time on the highway. Had to reroute. So we're walking up to JJ McDonald now. The thing starts in a few minutes, so I was trying to get here a little early. That didn't happen. Oh, that sucks. Oh, sir?
Sir, I know, it's been many moons. Get checked in with Stephanie and it's upstairs.
All right. Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Doing some video today.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Tony Marchanti.
Tito and I have known each other for quite a long time. He's been selling fish to JJ for a long time now. And he actually did this class we were trying to figure out, I think it was like 10 years ago with a group. And it was really great. I learned a lot about it. Hopefully you guys will today too. So I'm going to let him take it away and run this because he knows way more about tuna than I ever will. So, Tito.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for sharing your time with us here today.
We started there in 1945. George, the current owner of the company, bought this company, and well, he started working here in 1976 as a truck driver, and he worked here until about 1984 when he bought the company.
Nice.
Back then it was 5 employees and 1 truck, and now we are 150 employees and 27 trucks. This is the 3rd building. We moved. We were up in Port Discovery in Baltimore. We moved down to the fish market in 1984, which is about a mile down the road. We were there for 30 years. We just moved into here in November. We basically, I went a little, I worked for JJ for 13 years now. I went on a 6-year hiatus to go work for the government, and I'm back. But we traveled all over the world, took notes, saw what people did right, saw what people did wrong, and incorporated it all into this building. So we're about 65,000 square feet. This entire building is JJ, and it's high tech. It's probably one of the most high tech places on the East Coast right now, actually in the United States right now. Other things we noticed that we didn't plan on was, how the hell do you melt ice? That's a big problem because every case of salmon, tuna, everything that comes in, we dump the ice out, we weigh it, check it, re-ice it. Well, all that ice that we've dumped out, what do you do with it now? The entire warehouse is 36 degrees or less, so it doesn't really melt. You can't spray it down with water because our water is chilled to 36 degrees, so that really doesn't work. So we've had to get creative. We had to buy these totes that are basically $10,000 totes to melt ice. But things you don't plan on when you build a big warehouse. So I'm going to take you through the front of the house here really quick because it's really not exciting. It's offices. And then we'll go right out into the warehouse where you can see a little bit more. We have 6 buyers that are buying everything, everything for the company, from frozen to fresh. Bobby, that was kind of hanging around upstairs, he buys a lot of the fresh fish. Adam over there buys all for frozen. Chris, we don't know what he does. Chris buys all of our oysters and a lot of the stuff from the Great Lakes and things like that. So these guys are, sourcing product. They're getting in here 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I think, to buy the fish for the next day. So we're buying tuna from all over the world. So sometimes, like right now, tuna from the United States doesn't look great. It's just the diet, the water temperatures, that sort of thing. The meat is very pale. If I sent it out to you as a 2+, you'd be like, no way. Although the fish is beautiful, it
just doesn't have the look.
It's just the diet, and it doesn't have that deep red color.
Right.
And I will say, Bobby Manquito, our tuna buyer here, and grader is the best of this. I mean, he regrades everything that comes in. A lot of stuff will come into us as a number 1. He looks at it and says, no way, no how.
So this is what I'm calling back of the house. This is where logistics is. So these are the guys that are getting the trucks out. They're the ones printing your invoices. Customer service reps are back here. The drivers will come in from that side door and come right through here. They grab their tickets. They go right out to their truck and drive away. The trucks are loaded for them already, so they don't even have to go out to the warehouse. So one thing I'm going to note, I'm turning it up because I don't want everybody to get their feet wet here, but through all the doorways, you'll notice there's a spray here. This is Ozonated Water, which is basically an antibacterial water that's in all the entryways. So as you're walking through this puddle, I'll turn it off so your feet don't go wet. As you're walking through this, basically it's killing any bacteria that you might have had on your shoes. Alright, so this is our loading docks. We have 12 doors going out, 5 doors coming in, 17 total. You notice it's refrigerated. This is one of the big reasons we moved to this location from the old seafood market. In the old seafood market, it wasn't a refrigerated loading dock. So on these days where it's 100 degrees out, we had to pack all the orders inside, ice and heavy, get them on the truck really fast and get them out of there. Now all these bay doors have this little system. When the truck backs up, it seals it right to the back of the truck. So no air is getting out and heating it up. Coming in. So two of the things we've done is this little can machine here is a Styrofoam Densifier. Basically, we take all our Styrofoam cases and puts it in there, and it puts it stuff that's going into the dumpsters. Same thing, cardboard compacting, presses down, bands it, and that goes out to the recycle. We also take our fish waste, our bones and things like that, and that goes off to a pet food company. So like Charles said, we have these 5 doors that are set up for receiving. When a truck backs up, the driver will come into this entry right here. Again, he can't get into the warehouse at all. He brings his paperwork up here, our receiving team comes out, offloads the truck, checks the temperature. We have temp tails. We require temp tails on all our incoming deliveries. Temp tail is basically like a little USB drive, and when he comes in, you take that off the ship, it goes in there, they plug it into the computer, and they look at the temperature along the whole journey. If it's gone for over 40 degrees at all, the entire shipment's rejected. Unfortunately, we've had to do that quite a few times. I feel bad sometimes too. We had a guy that does smoked salmon for us. He's in Annapolis. It's a specialty smoked salmon company. His first delivery came in, he hit 40.5. Done. So this is one of the cool things you can see behind here that we've done that's kind of, again, above and beyond. Normally, refrigeration, you have all the condensers up on the roof. The condensers on the roof, keep this place cold, but they're highly energy efficient.
Inefficient. Yeah.
This is an ammonia-based refrigeration system. So what this does is it takes liquid ammonia, which is negative 267 degrees, and pumps it throughout the warehouse, and that basically sucks the heat up. This is 80 times more efficient than the regular condensers. So it's extremely expensive though. If we were to do the refrigeration in this warehouse with condensers, about $750,000. This is $1.8 million for this. So this is the receiving department. We have a team here in the morning. They unload every box, they check it, they weigh it, they put it back in. You'll see on that tuna board upstairs, sometimes it says like 89, and then there was one that said 87.2. That was them reweighing it and putting it in the weight that it actually was. Come on, get your ass in here. Alright, so this is the freezer. It's cold. We have everything from king crabs to lobster tails. There's about $4 million of inventory in this room right now. A little bit of everything. We have 2 guys that pack all the orders in here. They're in here for about 8 to 10 hours a day, packing orders. Ben has been with the company for 30 years. He's worked in here every day for 30 years. I tell people he's 140 years old, but he looks like he's 50. This is our Untitled Water system. This is just regular water right now. This is UV treated, chilled to 36 degrees. We're the only company in the country right now that is doing chilled water.
going on here?
This room is actually at 40 degrees. Basically anything live goes in here. Soft crabs, regular crabs. You can see all those are oysters behind you from all over the country. This is our lobster system. We learned something in all our travels that the lobsters don't like to sit in the water. It's actually bad for them because the ammonia from their waste builds up inside this wall, comes back through. So they're constantly sitting in fresh water. It makes the lobsters more lively. We don't have the debt loss that we did before. This system will hold about 10,000 pounds of product. There might be 1,500 pounds in here right now.
Wow.
So, I don't have gloves so I can't touch it, but I brush the ice off. That's a whole bluefin tuna. That's a 440-pound bluefin tuna that came in yesterday. Beautiful fish. I mean, this is they'll cut this tomorrow. You can see again, you know, what he was talking about, how it's still pink there. It looks good. It's a domestic product. You know, these are more of the tuna boards that we were talking about grading upstairs. You can see 43 pounds, 43.2, 50, 50.3. That's what they said it was. That's what we weighed it as. So it goes both ways. If it's short weight, we'll cut it. But if it's over, we'll give it back to them. It's, you know, the importance of keeping those relationships. But I mean, this is just the tuna that came in on a Monday, plus all the stuff downstairs. Oh, there's the bluefin. You can tell by the big tail cut. Swordfish over there, more tunas.
So you do one of these boards with every big delivery you get?
Yeah.
With every delivery.
With every delivery?
Every single delivery, we grade out every fish that comes in. Same thing with swordfish. It's state-of-the-art as it gets.
Wow.
Okay, so what we have here is our cutting room. This machine right here is a portion cutter. So what it does is it goes down the belt and you get a 3D topography of the fish. It weighs it and it gets a 3D topography so it knows the weight. And what it'll do is it'll cut the portions. It does 900 portions an hour, and they're all exact. So if anybody needs portions in their restaurant,
This is perfect for you.
So what we've done here is, the next step is the multi-vac machine over there. This is putting a 10K film. You can see it's a really thin plastic. It's a breathable plastic. This adds days to the shelf life by having it in here. So I also learned a really cool thing. I kind of looked at this and I'm thinking chef. I'm like, can you sous vide in this? And they're like, we've never had someone ask us that before. So I took it home and I did a 120, a 130, a 140 sous vide with the salmon. It sous vides perfectly. And so we went back to the company and found out that this will actually take, this film will take temperatures up to 180 degrees. Anyways, these are the cool new machines that we have. I'll take you over here to the salmon line. So this is our salmon line. This big machine right here, the whipple machine. Put in the whole salmon. It's using ozonated water to scale the fish. Comes out of the line, detector, and then it'll get packaged up. Everybody always asks me, why does it go through a metal detector? Because sometimes it's nice to turn off, things like that, or, you know, machinery.
So if you guys can come and walk the line and see how it's doing the process. You see how they're breaking it into layers. You can't have these guys that are. No, salmon you can have. I'm talking about the cutters. You need these guys.
So that's the pin bone machine. It'll take all the pin bones out. Metal detector. There's usually about 2 pin bones that the pin bone machine won't get right in the nape.
Yeah.
You'll get those last couple. It'll go through that. That's an ozonated wash. One last time, kill any bacteria in the fillet, and then it's packaged up. Like I said, the only thing we've got to have this thing is pretty much how to do it. They have it on film several times of me busting my ass. Alright, so we're back to kind of the beginning, which is actually the end. This is staging. So in the morning, there'll be pallets lined up this whole way with all the different drops. When an order goes into the system, it prints in all the different departments. So the freezer, crab meat, lobsters, and those guys pack their orders and they bring it all here. You'll notice on your boxes when you get a delivery, there's a black line across the stickers usually. That means the guy got that manifest and he went through and he looked at every single item to make sure it was there, and then he checked off on the box that it was there, and then it went out. So they'll go from here out to the trucks and go. Makes a big circle. Again, not trying to get bacteria from the end, the beginning.
Always go the same way.
That machine over there, that's an ice machine. And we're BRC certified, which is a really high level certification. British Retail Consortium. There's HACCP. You know, everybody has to do HACCP. We're a couple levels above that. Not in the warehouse. They put a pallet of fish up above, and it was dripping down into the pallet of fish below. The pallet of fish below is 2,000 pounds of halibut. That whole pallet had to go in the garbage.
Wow.
So they're really serious here in terms of the food safety stuff. We also we do everything with trace register, so everything that we carry is 100% traceable back to the boat, which is kind of cool. I'm working to get that on the invoices so you guys can see that.
Just wrapped up our fish school at J.J. McDonald. Pretty awesome tour. This is about a $20 million building that they just opened up actually about 7 months ago. So they've been in existence, it seems about 40 years, something like that. George, the owner, this is the third, as you probably heard in the video, 3.0 of the whole company. So this is their highest tech facility, and hopefully you'll enjoy watching the video. If you're into fish and seafood, even if you're just a consumer, you should know the amount of detail and quality that goes into keeping the seafood fresh, and just the amount of work. So when you're in our business with seafood, it's quite a bit of work, and it's really inspirational to see what they do. They really take it hardcore. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.